today I thought it would be fun to show you how much curly hair can shed in a year. So I'm gonna say right now, if you don't like seeing hairballs, if you think seeing loose hair strands are gross, just don't watch this video. There's gonna be a lot of hairballs. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, why would anyone save their shed hair for a year? Well, you know what? Science. I thought it would be really interesting to know how much curly hair sheds in a year. It always seems like my hair is just falling out all of the time, and yet I still have a whole bunch of hair on my head. So I'm like, where is it going? How much hair do I actually shed? Why is Sasquatch real? And why am I his sister? And I thought it would be really interesting to see how much curly hair that I shed in one full year. So I have not been in school, which would be like a stressor for me. Like, I was stressed out when I was in college and in school, so maybe I would have had more hair fall then. However, this is hair fall that was during the year 2020, so a lot of things were happening in the world that could be considered stressful. So maybe I had the same amount of hair fall as I would have typically. I also use products that are like for length retention, for strengthening my hair strands, and for trying to maintain as much of my hair as I can. But you know, you shed hair all of the time anyway, so that's not gonna stop hair fall just because I want it to stay in my head. So this is for science. And I hope that you're interested in seeing how much hair falls out of curly heads. So here is my hair. This is 12 months worth of hair. So starting with the bottom left and then going upwards, you can see each month of hair growth. So January, February, March, all the way through December. This is about how big a hairball looks in my hand, and so it kind of fits in the palm of my hand kind of largely. But yeah, this is 1 month of hair fall. In the beginning of last year in 2020, I was wearing my hair in my protective style of just like small braids. And I was leaving my hair in this protective style for about 3 to 4 weeks at a time. Typically I don't leave my hair past 4 weeks, but there were a few months where I did leave my hair past 4 weeks. So then that leaves a lot of shed hair to detangle. The end of the year, I started doing a protective style of just chunky twists. So I would have about 10 twists all over my head, and I got less shed hair from that experience. So this is about what my shed hair looks like when I completely crumple it in my hand, but then it kind of spreads back out because curly hair. And I actually lost one of my hairballs. I don't know what happened to it. My husband probably threw it away. So I went ahead and kept the hair from January of this year in 2021 to make up for 1 full year or 12 months of shedding. Let's weigh this hair. I have my kitchen scale here, and I'm going to put a Tupperware container on top and zero out my scale so that way it doesn't count the weight of the Tupperware. 51 grams of hair. So apparently 1 year of hair fall is 51 grams. And we'll go through the units here. So that's 1.7 fluid ounces, 51 milliliters, 1 2.8 ounces of hair falls out of my head in a year. So again, that was 51 grams of hair fall.
So, wasn't that interesting? Yep, that's how much curly hair sheds in a whole year. Honestly, it seems like a lot, even though I still have hair on my head. I wouldn't have guessed that that's how much hair falls out of my head every year, but now we know. I also have waist-length hair, so my hair is really long, so maybe the balls would seem smaller if they weren't such long hair strands. Science. Anyway, I hope that you liked that. I love science, I love collecting data, I love long-term case studies, so I hope that that was interesting to you to get to see some data from a curly hair science experiment. You are so wonderful. You are so thoughtful and kind. I know it's not my place, but I want to say I'm sorry for anyone who mistreated you in your life. I want to apologize for people that were rude to you or said things that were hurtful to you just to hurt you. That's not fair, and no one deserves to be treated poorly because they're different or not understood by others. At the same time, I don't want that to turn your heart to be cold. I don't want you to lose your spark of fire. I don't want you to lose the happiness and the bubbliness and the generosity that are a part of you. It's important, and I just don't want you to feel bittersweet or upset with the life that you've lived, but it's so important to remember who you are, to remember the happiness that you have inside of yourself, to be kind to others, to say something nice to someone at least once a day, to lift someone up, to encourage someone else. That's so important, and it builds the happiness inside of yourself. Love and happiness doesn't diminish when you give it away. It only grows, it only multiplies when you share with others. I love you. I hope you have a good day.